The year was 1925, and Albert Einstein had just unveiled a discovery that would redefine the fabric of existence. His theory, a refinement of general relativity, suggested the possibility of manipulating the very constants of the universe. This revelation was met with skepticism and awe in equal measure, but within hidden corners of the world, it ignited a chain reaction that would span decades. Fast forward to 2050, Earth had become a bastion of technological marvels, all stemming from Einstein's foundational work. But with progress came unintended consequences. The Global Quantum Accelerator, a monument to human ingenuity, had harnessed Einstein's principles to tap into alternate dimensions. What began as a quest for limitless energy and knowledge soon spiraled into something far more dangerous. The first sign of trouble was subtle. Scientists monitoring the accelerator's outputs noticed anomalies, flickers of strange particles that defied classification. Then came the ripples. Cities experienced sudden gravitational shifts, objects floated unpredictably, and time itself seemed to stutter. Humanity's greatest invention was tearing reality apart. Dr. Albert Einstein, the leading mind behind the accelerator project, was called to a high-security briefing in Geneva. The room was packed with military officials, scientists, and diplomats, their faces tense with barely suppressed panic. Dr. Voss, began General Harker, his gravelly voice filling the chamber. Your device has opened a door we cannot close. Explain. Alara stood, her mind racing. The accelerator was designed to manipulate quantum fields at an unprecedented scale. We believed we could create stable wormholes, but something on the other side has noticed us. The room fell silent. A diplomat finally broke the stillness. What do you mean by something? Alara hesitated. Not life as we understand it. Patterns of energy, intelligence embedded within higher dimensional structures. They've been observing us, and now they're interacting with our reality. Interacting? Harker repeated, his tone dark. Is that what you call the annihilation of Zurich? Alara's stomach tightened. She had seen the footage, an entire city reduced to a swirling void in seconds. The anomaly had erupted from one of the accelerator's experimental sites, spreading like a cancer before collapsing into nothingness. We're trying to contain it, she said, though her voice lacked conviction. But these entities, they operate on scales and principles we barely comprehend. Before more questions could fly, alarms blared. A holographic display flickered to life, showing a live feed of the accelerator facility. The image was chaotic, scientists running, sparks flying, and something emerging from the core. It was a lattice of light and shadow, shifting and refracting as though it existed in multiple dimensions at once. As the room watched in stunned silence, the entity extended an appendage, if it could be called that, toward the camera. The feed cut out. They're here, Alara whispered. Chaos erupted. Orders were shouted, plans debated, but it was clear no one was prepared for this. Alara, however, felt a grim clarity. If Einstein's principles had brought them to this brink, perhaps they could also save them. The second section plunges the reader deeper into the chaos, as Alara and her team scramble to understand the entity's motives. It becomes clear that these beings are not invaders in the traditional sense. They view humanity's manipulation of quantum fields as a violation of cosmic order, a transgression that must be corrected. Desperate for answers, Alara proposes a radical plan: to enter the entity's dimension using a modified accelerator. If we can communicate, she argues, we might find a way to coexist. The mission is approved, though not without controversy. A hand-picked team of scientists and soldiers prepares for the journey, donning advanced exosuits designed to withstand the unknown. As they step into the shimmering portal, the world holds its breath. The transition is unlike anything they expected. Space twists and folds around them, and for a moment, they exist as pure energy, their thoughts merging and diverging. When they rematerialize, they find themselves in a realm of impossible geometry, a landscape that defies human perception. The entities appear, their forms more distinct but no less alien. Communication is arduous, a blend of mathematics, light, and emotion. Slowly, A picture emerges. The entities are guardians of a multiversal equilibrium. Humanity's experiments have destabilized not just their reality, but countless others. We didn't know, Alara says, her voice tinged with both awe and sorrow. We only sought to understand. The entity's response is a cascade of images and sensations, warning, forgiveness, and an ultimatum. To restore balance, the accelerator must be dismantled, and humanity must abandon its pursuit of interdimensional manipulation. Returning to their own reality, Alara's team relays the entity's message. But the decision is far from simple. The accelerator represents humanity's greatest achievements and ambitions. To destroy it would mean relinquishing a future of boundless possibilities. Yet the alternative, further incursions and escalating retaliation, is unthinkable. In the third section, tension reaches a boiling point as factions emerge. Some argue for compliance, prioritizing survival, while others advocate resistance, unwilling to surrender humanity's hard-won progress. Protests erupt worldwide, and sabotage attempts threaten the delicate timeline for deactivating the accelerator. Alara finds herself at the center of the storm, her words carrying weight she never sought. "We're not giving up," she tells a crowd of scientists and leaders. "We're choosing to live, to learn from our mistakes, and prove we deserve our place in the cosmos." Her plea sways enough minds to proceed with the shutdown, but as the final sequence begins, a rogue faction launches an attack on the facility. Explosions rock the accelerator complex, and Alara's team scrambles to maintain control. In the chaos, the device activates, unstable and uncontained. The final section is a race against time. Alara and a handful of allies venture into the core, battling both the rogue faction and the collapsing structure. The entity's presence looms, their forms flickering at the edges of perception. It becomes clear they are ready to intervene, to end humanity's experiment by force if necessary. As the accelerator approaches critical mass, Alara devises a desperate gambit. Using knowledge gleaned from their interdimensional journey, she programs a feedback loop that will implode the device without devastating the surrounding area. But the process requires a manual override. "Go," she tells her team, ignoring their protests. "This is my responsibility." With the facility crumbling around her, Alara initiates the sequence. The entities appear, their forms stabilizing as the accelerator's influence wanes. For a moment, they regard her with something akin to respect. Then they vanish, leaving only silence. The implosion is contained, and the Earth is spared. But the cost is immense. Alara's sacrifice becomes a symbol of humanity's resilience and humility. The world begins to rebuild, wiser and more united, vowing to tread carefully on the path of discovery. Einstein's legacy, once a beacon of boundless ambition, now serves as a reminder of the delicate balance between curiosity and responsibility. And as humanity looks to the stars, it does so with a newfound reverence for the vast, enigmatic cosmos.